Hi everybody, Jo here. Thanks for joining me today. It's always so lovely to have your company. Now, we've got some really exciting news at Lavinia Stamps. We've got some new stamps. Tracy's been busy drawing these most fabulous designs, so I thought I'd just pop in this week and share a really lovely, quick and simple design with you, but I think it just shows the beauty of these fabulous stamps. So we've got our gorgeous Noof, and what a gorgeous cat she is. Look at her. The detail is just amazing. If I bring it closer, she is stunning. And we've got some mice. We've got 6 mice all together. I'm just using 2 of them here, along with the heartfelt verses. Now, as always, I've decorated my envelope, and look at that. Our Tilly and Tango perfectly look like they're swinging or holding a birthday banner. Honestly, you're going to have so much fun with these mice. When I look at all my other Lavinia stamps that'll work well with them, honestly, just absolutely spoilt for choice. Music notes as well. Imagine the possibilities. Birthday cards, Christmas cards. Honestly, you're just going to be blown away. And if your mojo's gone on holiday a bit, do you know what? He'll soon come back. When he sees these new designs and your mind starts whirring, well, mine did, I tell you, honestly, just such fun. So we'll put the envelope to one side and we'll have a look at creating a design similar to this. Now, Noof, she is absolutely stunning, and you can colour her so many different ways. Maybe you know somebody with a cat similar. I've done one of my samples, I've added browns, almost like a tortoise shell. One of the design team, it might have been Eileen or Eleanor, did her in greens. There's a gorgeous witch's hat as well. So perfect for Halloween. Like I say, so many possibilities. So I've gone for blue shades. I just thought something a bit different. So let's begin. Now I've started, as usual, with a piece of card. This one's 7 inches by 7 inches, and I've added my black Sharpie line round. You don't need to see me doing that. I do that all the time. You know how to do that. Now the card blank that I used for my original, it's an 8 by 8 inch. So a 7-inch square is perfect size for the topper to go on top of there. And what we'll do, we'll start off by stamping the lady herself. Now what I will do, she's quite a sizable stamp, look. So I'm just going to move my finished piece out of the way, because sometimes if I find I have ink on here that I haven't seen, I don't want to rest it on top of my stamping card, just in case. These are the things, once you do it and you have to turn it over, you certainly remember not to do it again. Now, lots of nice light tapping. There's a lot of detail in this stamp. And I'm using my black VersaFine Clair, so this is the Nocturne. So if I bring my card back in, and for me, I'm just going to stamp sideways. You know, I just find it easier. And I just want to pop it to this side a little. And as I say, there's an awful lot of detail, very fine detail. So I don't want to rush the stamping. And I just find it easy to have some copy paper underneath. Just for me, it works. But again, I always say, you know, whatever works for you. Like I say, she's got the most gorgeous detail in here, and I don't want to miss any of it. There we go. Like I say, look at that, stunning. You don't need to do much else. You could actually do a card just with her, couldn't you? But I thought it would be fun to add the mice. And this is going to be a birthday card. So we're going to add, it's one of the heartfelt verses, just birthday wishes. So we'll stamp that next. We'll do our stamping first, and we'll just pop that sort of over here. And then bring our 2 little mice in. So this is Tilly and Tango. I just need to remember which one's going which side. So this one's Tilly, and she's going to be holding the birthday. So again, these are silhouette stamps. So nice, Lots of nice light tapping. If you're not sure if you've got any ink, just look in the light. Now I may just have to put my head over here, just because I just want to try and get her hand so it's just on the birthday there. And again, just give a couple of seconds for that ink to soak in, with it being a silhouette. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, and we got it. Perfect. That was a stroke of luck, wasn't it? Now, Tango, I could put him here, but I just thought it'd be fun to have him sort of balancing on the top of the wishes. But like I say, it's like on the envelope. They could hold a sentiment between them. I'm thinking they could hold a maybe tightrope, and you could have one of the other mice walking on top of it. So let's just balance him. I just put his foot there on top of the W. Now, when you're doing this, don't worry. If I don't quite get his foot on the W, I've got my black fine liner pen, and I'll just add a little bit. And nobody will ever know, because you know what? We won't tell them, will we? So again, let that ink soak in. Oh, and a stroke of luck, we've actually got the W. He's just balancing perfectly there. But what I will do is just bring my fine liner. I just want to add, I want it to make it look like he's just sort of moving a little. He's balancing, look. And we'll just ground just a little bit of, again, I'm not going to overthink this. And again, just in front of Noof here, we'll carry on. We've got this here, and I'm just going to accentuate it a little. There we go. And I'm just going to turn that over and blot, so that when I add my stencil work, I don't want to smudge. You see, versifying Claire, I know I say this a lot, but it's a slower drying ink, and there's nothing worse than doing a beautiful piece of stamping like that and then smudging it. So we'll come in with a stencil. Now, we've got so many stencils, but I've gone for the leaf trails. And I've gone for Della Blue. Now, we've got, again, so many lovely colours you could choose. And my stencil brush. Now, I just want this sort of pointing into the corner. So I'm thinking, if I just put it there, can you see? And I like that shape. Now, obviously, I can see through here, so I won't go over the top. Now, again, always dabbing my ink on my brush, but taking some off on the lid, because I want this nice and gentle. I don't want it too strong. And I may just take off a little bit more on my mat, just because I want it nice and gentle. And I'm just going to start with flicking motions, just nice, gentle flicking outwards. And I'm just holding the stencil down. If I want to see how I'm doing, lift the stencil up. Oh, that's lovely. Take a bit more off and just see if I can get a nice light, hardly touch. If you notice, my voice goes a bit quieter when I say nice light, hardly touch. Lift it up just so it fades out to the sides. Now, you could just leave it like that if you wanted, but I just think it looks a bit off balanced. So we'll turn it this way, and I want to do the same this side. So again, I'm just going to position my stencil, add a little bit more ink, and again, gently, gently. And I can see, and these are silhouette stamps anyway, so if I fill in the middle first, again, just flicking away. And it is amazing how much ink you will get. So remember to have a look. Now that's enough. But I just want a little bit more here. But I just want that hint of the pattern. Remember not to go over this line. You don't want the line there. But I just want to give a hint of a little bit of stencil work so it fades away. So if I bring that in, can you see how you sort of get it so it's fading away? And I just think that's really lovely, look. Now, I want to do the card blank. So, checking my card blanks the right way. So if I take this into my top corner, and I just want to catch that sort of edge here. So I'm just going to use the ink that's left on my stencil brush. Now I had some here, I'll pick that up because I don't want to waste that. Right, let's see if that's enough. Oh, that's enough. And opposite corner, let's do the same thing. Might just need a little bit more from the lid for this corner. Now I've started here because this will be covered up, and just in case it's a bit heavy there, and then I'm going to flick to my corner. And again, nice light flicking. Yep. Just checking it did open the right way. So when we put that on there, look. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So we could leave it like this, but I'm just going to add a little bit of colour. I just think she looks a bit insipid, doesn't she? So let's just add a little bit more detail to her. So we'll put the stencil to one side, get rid of the stencil brush. And I just want to keep it all tone on tone. So I'm going to add a little bit of ink to my mat. So this is the Della Blue. And just come in, I've got my watercolour brush, and again this is the number 1. I'm just going to dry it a little bit, and I'm just going to add a little bit, only a fine little amount, look, just here where we've got that shading. I mean, Tracy has given you all the detail here, and again I don't need to overthink this because I don't want to add a lot, just a little to sort of, so she doesn't look quite as much of a, almost like a ghost. Now again, I could have brought in some browns and blacks or whatever colour. So again, if you've got a cat that you want certain colours, but I'm just going with the blue theme. And I just want to add a little bit of detail sort of for her feet here. And then just round here we'll add a little. Now I just want to add a little bit more water to my ink so it's a bit paler. And I'm just going to add so I need more water. Obviously, the more water you add, the paler your ink will be, because I almost want a little bit of shade in here, but not very much. Don't want it too blue. So it's just a matter of keeping it quite watery. Yeah, that's enough. Now what I do want to do is just her eyes. So I'm just going to pick some of the ink up here that hasn't really got any water in. So again, this will be deeper. So, you know, you can, just with one coloured ink, just by varying the amount of water, you will get a variation in the colour, the intensity. So there we go. Gorgeous blue cat's eyes. See the difference? That's very pale and that's dark. And then what we'll just do with that bit that's left here, we'll just add a bit of shade just under there. I like that. And in fact, I'm just going to add, I didn't have any splats on my original, so just to mix it up a bit, I just fancy adding a few here. I told you I'm rubbish, aunts. I can't do the same thing twice. Just have to mix it up a little. Bit more colour there. But honestly, she's such a gorgeous stamp. But I do think, in the interest of fairness, I need to ask lovely Tracy if she's got any thoughts for a dog, because obviously with having Eric a Labrador, you know, I'm thinking this is lovely for cat lovers, but what about are dog lovers, don't need much else, do you? That is just such a stunning design. But what we will do, a couple of little finishing touches, and just going to come in with my white gel pen and just go over the white there on her eyes, just to accentuate that, and a little bit on her nose, just to make it a little bit paler and a little bit shiny. There we go. And then I'm just going to add a little bit, just a little bit of detail to our mice. And again, I'm only adding a little and just smudging the charcoal pencil. I don't want to add a lot, just something to give them a bit of shape. Just down her tummy here. Yeah, there we go. And then with the blue charcoal pencil, pastel pencil, just want to add a little bit more, just so it gives me a bit more depth here, look. And it's just sort of adding that little finishing touch that I think, as I say, looks a little bit insipid without it. I'm just going to add a little bit more around here. And just a little bit more. And you can see the difference that just adding that little bit, can you see, just gives almost a bit of shade, so she doesn't look flat then. It almost gives her a bit of character. She looks more 3D. And it's these little finishing tricks that, as you know, I think just make all the difference. So I'm just going to use some of our Bippity Boppity. You know, I do struggle with the name of this glue. Our Lavinia glue. Dries clear. And what it will do is give me a bit of wiggle time so that I can get this. Now, I haven't purposely done my stencil so that it'll match up, but I thought if I used the edge, it may look as though it does. And I have to say, it's not bad, is it? So I'll pop the lid on there so that doesn't dry up. And that's all there is to it. So I hope you have a look at the new stamps. Maybe treat yourself. And I have to say, for all you cat lovers out there, I mean, as I say, I have a dog, but oh, I've just fallen in love with Noof. She is just stunning. So there's our finished design. Now, the 8x8 cards these, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get them side by side. I shall do my best. And there's the one we made before. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you have a go. And if you'd like to tag me in, I'd love to see what you do. And I can't wait to see what you do with our gorgeous mice. As I say, there are 6 of them and they are such fabulous characters. Honestly, you're going to have so much fun. Anyway, have a lovely week. You all take care. And thanks for all your lovely comments and for subscribing. Honestly, it means a lot. Love and hugs from me. And take care, everybody. It's a bad world out there. And we all need to look after each other. So big group hug. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.